Hi, boys and girls. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm going to read you a book today about a hedgehog, and somebody came to help me tell the story. Who's this? It's Hedgehog. She says hello, and she can't wait to tell you the story because it's pretty silly. Lots of stuff gets stuck on her back, okay? It's called Apple Trouble by Ragnhild Skammo, and the pictures, the illustrator is Michael Terry. So remember, the author does the words, the illustrator does the pictures. Remember, what's at the very front of the book? The what pages? The front pages, right? The front pages are the very first things. And see, the front pages are pictures of grass, and I think some flowers. And my dog is busy barking, if you can hear her. And then this right here, it says Apple Trouble. That's the title of the book, right? And I'm going to teach you a new part of a book. This part that has a bunch of little small words is actually called the dedication page. Can you say dedication page? It means the author dedicates his book and the illustrator to somebody. So this says, to Sally with love. That's who he dedicated the book for. And the illustrator dedicated it to Mark from A Grateful Dad. Okay, so Apple Trouble. Here we go, Hedgehog. Hedgehog had just finished building her winter's nest under the old apple tree. Not too large and not too small. Just right for a long winter's sleep. Suddenly, a juicy red apple landed on her back. Ouch! Squealed Hedgehog. Plop! She curled into a spiny ball, hoping it would fall off. When she uncurled, the juicy red apple was still there. Hedgehog tried to squeeze herself and the apple into her beautiful new nest, but could she get in? No, she could not with the apple on her back. The nest was too small. Oh dear. Poor Hedgehog. Squirrel, scurrying past with an armful of brown nuts, stopped to help. What are the brown nuts? Do you see them right here? We have those. We picked them up at school. Remember on our walk? Those are acorns, right? Stand still. I'll push the apple, he said. And he pushed, and he struggled, and he heaved, and he tugged. Do you think he got the apple off? Let's see. But the juicy red apple stayed where it was. And worse still, 3 of Squirrel's brown nuts got stuck in Hedgehog's spine. See on Hedgehog's back? Hedgehogs have spines on their back. So the nuts got stuck right here in his spines. So now she had a juicy red apple and 3 brown nuts on her back. Oh dear, wailed Hedgehog. Winter's coming and I can't get into my nest. What will I do? Try rolling on your back, snorted Pig, trotting up. That'll get rid of it all. Do you think that will get rid of all of it? If Hedgehog goes on her back, she's going to go just like this and try to squeeze it all off on her back. So Hedgehog threw herself on her back and on the ground, and her little legs paddled in the air, and she twisted, and she wriggled, and she rolled. Do we think it worked? Has it all gone? She asked hopefully, scrambling to her feet. Pig shook his head. No, the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts were still there, and so were a small green pear and a crumpled brown leaf. Oh dear, sighed Hedgehog, rolling her eyes. So now she has more things. She has the juicy red apples, the 3 brown nuts, the green pear, and the crumpled brown leaf. So she has 4 things on her back now. But up in the sky, sailing towards Hedgehog, she saw a colorful piece of paper. Oh no, she cried. This way and that. She ran as fast as she could. This way and that. This way and that drifted the paper. And it landed right on her back, between the apple and the 3 brown nuts. It's not fair, she cried. Hedgehog who now had a juicy red apple, 3 brown nuts, a small green pear, a crumpled brown leaf, a colorful piece of paper on her back. "I'll never get into my nest," she said. Hedgehog pattered to the pond and gazed at her reflection in the water. See, this is her reflection in the water. That's a big word. Can you say reflection? Reflection. Reflection means it's like a mirror. See, she can see herself in the lake like a mirror. "Hello, Hedgehog. That's a lot of stuff on your back," croaked Frog. I'm trying to get rid of it," sniffled Hedgehog. "Dive," said Frog. "That'll wash it off." Hedgehog dipped a foot in the murky water and then dived. Do you think it'll wash off? Let's see. Maybe Frog had a good idea. Splash! Her friends watched Hedgehog bobbing up and down, and the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the crumpled brown leaf, and the colorful piece of paper were all still there. And so was a pink water lily. You see the pink water lily right here? A pink water lily is like a flower, right? "Glug, glug, glug," gurgled Hedgehog as the others heaved her out of the water. She did look kind of funny. But Hedgehog didn't find it funny. "Stop laughing," she spluttered and stamped her feet on the ground. "Where am I gonna sleep?" Pig and Squirrel looked worried, and so did Frog. "I do have one last idea," oinked Pig. "Squeeze through that hedge over there. That'll brush it off." So Hedgehog closed her eyes and squeezed herself through the thick leaves. But did it get everything off of her back? What do we think? Squeezing through a bush. Do you think she's going to add some more stuff, or do we think she gets it all off? Let's see. No, it did not. It was all still there. And so were 4 ripe blackberries, and there staring at her with a look of surprise, see the blackberries on her back, was Goat. "Ooh," cried Goat, "you've brought lunch." "Oh, help yourself," said Hedgehog. "Take it all." Is Goat going to eat the stuff off her back? That's silly. "Yippee!" cried Goat. And then he picked off and ate the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the pink water lily, and the 4 ripe blackberries. And for dessert, he ate the paper. The only thing he left was the crumpled brown leaf. He just couldn't eat anymore. Look over here. Does Hedgehog look happy? Yeah, I think she's very happy. "Hooray!" cried Hedgehog. She felt as light as a feather. "Thank you, Goat," she said. And then she ran as fast as she could, as her little legs could carry her, through the gate, past the pond, across the orchard, under the tree, and home to her nest. Do we think she's going to fit in now that all the stuff is gone? Hedgehog squeezed into her little nest, and it fitted her perfectly. And it was the best nest ever. Outside, a cold wind blew another apple off the tree. Uh-oh, do you think that apple hit her? But it didn't fall on Hedgehog. She was safe in her nest and fast asleep. See, she's all snuggled in her nest, fast asleep. The end. Let's see if the end pages are the same, right? At the end of the book are the end pages. They're the grass and some flowers. Let's go back and see the front pages and see if they're the same. These are the front pages, and these are the end pages. Are they the same or different? Same, right? They're the same. The end. So boys and girls, Hedgehog wants you to help me think of all the things that were in the book in order that landed on her back. She's going to tell me the first thing. Oh, yes. Yeah. So she told me the very first thing is the what? It's red. The juicy red apple. You're right. The juicy red apple was the first thing that landed on Hedgehog's back. What came after the red apple? Oh, she told me to. Yeah. The 3 brown nuts, right? The 3 brown nuts came next. Then what was after the 3 brown nuts? Do you remember? This is a tricky one. She rolled on her back. She actually got 2 things in the book at the same time, right? She rolled on her back and she got the small green pear and the crumpled brown leaf, right? So the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the crumpled brown leaf. What came after the crumpled brown leaf? Do you remember? Let me make sure I'm getting it right. It flew through the air. Yep, it flew through the air. It was the color behind me. It was blue, right? It was a blue piece of paper. That was the next thing. Then Frog had a good idea. Frog wanted Hedgehog to jump in the water and wash it off. But what got on her back when she did that? It's pink. Do you remember the name of it? Pink water lily, right? The pink water lily. Whoops, the next page. Hold on. See right here. The pink water lily was next. She added the pink water lily after the paper. And then the last thing she did, what did she do? She squeezed through some hedge and she got 4 ripe blackberries. You're right, 4 ripe blackberries that were on her back. So she had the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the crumpled brown leaf, the blue piece of paper, the colorful piece of paper, the pink water lily, and then the 4 ripe blackberries. So she had 7 different sets of things on her back. And then who came along at the very end and helped her out? Who was the animal that helped her out? Hedgie was very excited. She told me she was so excited to see Goat, right? Goat came along and ate everything off except for the brown piece, crumpled brown leaf, right? I hope you guys have a great day. And Hedgehog says bye and have a great day too. Okay? Bye, boys and girls. I miss you and I will see you at school soon.